Hi there and welcome to Vote Vero 2010. I'm your host Debbie Carson, and here with me today is Vero Beach City Council candidate David Fromang, who is running for one of 3 two-year term seats. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Debbie, for having me today.
Well, thank you for deciding to sit down and answer a few questions for us. And that first question that we have has to do with the tax abatement referendum. Vero Beach voters will be going to the polls and asking whether or not they support the government offering tax breaks or incentives to new and expanding businesses that are going to bring jobs. What's your thought on that abatement referendum?
I am totally in favor of tax abatement. I'm totally in favor of getting rid of all impact fees. I am in favor of expediting the planning and zoning complex issues that seem to hold up all sorts of construction in Vero Beach. And I think that if we don't do that, if we're not builder friendly in this city, that we're going to find ourselves behind the 8 ball as far as cities like Melbourne, even Port St. Lucie, which is in desperate straits. They have a very builder friendly atmosphere there, and we need to be the same.
Thank you. Another question that we have, the Vero Beach City Council has been of the practice of transferring funds from the Vero Beach Electric Utility, the Utility Enterprise Fund, to the city's general fund in an attempt to keep property taxes low and such. What is your thought on that practice? Is that something, if elected to council, something that you would continue to support or something that you'd like to change?
The transfer of funds needs to be transparent. It needs to be earmarked for where it's going. Everybody should know exactly what the budget is, where the money goes, and I am in favor of reducing not only the electric rates, but having the city live with a budget that does not incorporate the $6 million in funds that come from the electric rates. They have come to rely on it, and we have to find better ways of dealing with our budget than raising taxes and eventually losing this $6 million, which will probably be going away if Florida Power and Light purchases our electric plant.
And as you know, the Vero Beach Electric Utility does tend to dominate public discussion and debate.
Yes.
What other issues do you feel are important to the City of Vero Beach residents, and how would you tackle those issues?
I think the health and safety issues of Vero Beach continue to be a problem. We have had, as you know, robberies on the beach. These have not been solved. We continue to be a target for burglaries and for thieves and for robberies. We do need a very effective police force, and I do feel that we need to streamline our police force and perhaps get more of them on the beat. And I've discussed placing some of the officers on segways on the beach. That has been an idea that I've discussed with some beach owners, and business owners, they seem to be in favor of it. The sewage treatment plant is self-sustaining, but we need to partner with the county to move the sewage treatment plant off the river. I've said that for years, and since grew up here as a child, before a lot of the riverfront was developed. We could eat the oysters out of the river, the clams out of the inlet areas, and you could go out and shuck your oysters in the morning and have a little ketchup with them. It was fantastic, and you can't do that anymore anywhere in the river, as you know. So these are things that I think need to be addressed and continue to be addressed in our community. And to be sustainable, the thing that should be concerning our citizens, and especially our taxpayers, are our pension funds. The actuarial tables, as you know, for people to live now into their 80s or 90s. And if someone starts working at age 19, retires at 20 years with benefits at 39, and you take 96 from that, you end up with 55 years of a pension that someone has to fund. And I know that because a member of my own family retired from federal service many years ago and did live to be 96 and did retire at 39. So I do know that their lifestyle was not what you would call great, but he had all the time in the world to do what he wanted to do, and he did. So I think that, yes, we do have to address that.
Well, thank you very much. And that's all we have for you today, Mr. Fromang. So thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us and answer a few questions for our voters. That's it for us now. Take care.